What's up, Dank homies? Nero here, and do you want to win yourself a $20 Walmart gift card? Well, all you have to do is like the video, comment down below KYS, and then subscribe. And after you do those 3 steps, you have to go to Walmart and buy yourself a $20 Walmart gift card. And I can guarantee 100% that you will have yourself a Walmart gift card. That's right, guys. No scam, no lies at all. What's up, Dank homies? Rob from MemeSageZ here, and today we're going to be talking about Harrow. So I already made one video on Harrow, which was my quick build video, which is the kind of video I make when a new Warframe just comes out and I can quickly show you guys what I've come up with. But this is going to be a more full video where I explain more in depth of why I go about the certain mods that I do, and more in detail of what each ability does, and the best parts about each one. Now, in the last video, I did say that I liked Harrow and I didn't like Harrow. I liked him because he was a great idea, his abilities are really awesome, but I didn't like him because it was too much sacrifice for not enough reward, pretty much. His survivability was really low and whatnot, but he did get a lot of buffs that fixed all the problems that I had with him previously. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first off, I want to tell you guys his stats. He has 150 armor, which does help with his red health survivability, but in later game that doesn't really help that much, but it's there. He has 100 base energy and 100 base health and 150 shields, and his passive allows him to have 2 times the number of overshields as any other Warframe. Every other Warframe can have about 1,200 extra overshields, but he can have 2,400 if I remember correctly. I could be wrong about that, but it's somewhere around there. Also, there's these guys here. I don't know who they are. They just kind of showed up. I didn't invite them, but I don't want to tell them to go away, but so yeah, they're gonna be here for today's video. Yay. So Harrow's first ability is called Condemn. What Condemn will do is it will send out a wave of chains, and enemies that are caught in that wave will be chained into place. They'll be stunned, and making them easier to get headshots on, as well as giving you extra overshields. So if I cast it on this dude, you can see my overshields went up and he is stuck in place. And then that allows you to just get an easy headshot on him. Oh, so sad. Harrow's second ability is called Penance. When you cast this ability, it will convert all of your shields into duration for the ability itself. So if you have really high shields, it will convert that into really high duration. And you can continue to stack that to a max of about 120 seconds. So if I was to cast the ability now, you can see I lost all of my shields and it turned into about 21 seconds there. If I cast it again, it went up to about 40 because, you know, I regained all my shields and was able to cast again, and it increased the duration, as you can see there. But what the buff that this ability gives you is whenever you deal damage to enemies, the portion of that damage is converted into health for yourself and your allies, as well as a speed buff that will give you increased fire rate and increased reload speed. So as you can see, I can show you the speed of the Czar shooting and reloading, and it's almost instant. It's quite insane, to be honest. I can even show you the Twin Kakata here. The reload is like almost as fast as the Axe Samadhi, or the what's that one weapon? The Axe Stiletto. Yeah, that's it. Axe Stiletto. It's almost as fast as the Axe Stiletto. Harrow's third ability is called Thurible. When you activate this skill, what it will do is it will channel your energy, and the more energy that you channel, the more energy you'll get back on kills and headshots. So as you can see there, I channeled all my energy there. I'm going to get about 29.5 energy per kill. But when I get a headshot, it's going to get 4 times that amount. So if you see here, there's an enemy there. I'm going to get a headshot on him, and I got 118 energy on that kill. And not only does that give me energy, but that also gives my allies energy as well. So kills that I get will give my allies enemies, not the other way around though. so keep that in mind. As for Harrow's fourth ability, it is called Covenant. Now when this ability is activated, for a limited amount of time, you and your allies will be invulnerable to all damage, and all that damage that you soak up will be converted into critical chance after the duration is over. And now that buff will last about 2 times the amount of time as the invulnerability buff. So let's say the invulnerability buff lasted for 10 seconds, the critical chance buff will last for 20. So as you can see, I'm going to spawn level 125 aired heavy gunners, and then I'm going to jump over here and hopefully they don't kill me instantly. I spawn the ability, they're all shooting me and stuff. I'm going to soak up all that damage. They went in the arsenal, didn't they? They went in the arsenal. Ugh. Don't kill me instantly. Alright, so I'm going to soak up all of this damage. Keep on soaking it up. Oh, yep. Give me that good damage, please, boss. Now I'm just going to start throwing my shield on the boat so I don't die. Please don't kill me. Alright, now I can see I got a critical chance buff that I can still use while I'm down. As you can see there, I'm doing red crits there because of the 200% headshots. No, don't save me. I will do this on my own. Now, before we get into the build, I want to make one thing clear. These are not the only builds that you can use on this Warframe. You can make whatever build you want. I do not care. If it fits your playstyle, use it. If you want to use 8 covert lethalities on your Warframe, fine. Go ahead and do that. I do not care. But from all my long hours of testing and from going on Discord with friends and they're testing the builds out too and they're giving their suggestions and whatnot, this is what I found to be my best build that I can think of. So before you go down in the comment section making a comment telling me to check out Tactical Potatoes video, actually consider testing my builds. Now to start out with, we have my general build. For this build, this is the kind of build for those people who are kind of insecure with Harrow. They still want to have a survivability mod on so that they don't die, you know. They don't really want to rely on tunnel schools or anything like that. This is probably going to be the build for you. I have this amount of duration. It's more on the higher side, not max, but on the higher side, just so you can have a decent duration for your abilities. You have 100% efficiency, just for being able to cast your one a little bit more, so you can just be a little bit more secure, just so you can be more secure about using your abilities without running out of energy. And then we have about 103 range or 100 range, and that, you know, you don't really need anything more than that amount of range because Harrow's ability already has pretty high range, especially the range was just recently buffed as well. And then he has 175 power strength. A lot of people saying that Harrow doesn't need power strength, but in fact he does. But and I will explain that more in just a moment. But he doesn't need as much as he needed before because of the recent buffs, so that's why I didn't go with a blind rage in this build. Instead, you can just put on natural talent. Reason why you want natural talent is because that will speed up your thurible and you'll gain more energy faster with natural talent, as well as you'll be casting your abilities generally faster. Now for my second build, we have the MLG Pro build. The reason why I call it the MLG Pro build is because it has no survivability mods, so you're really going to need to be on top of your game if you want to survive. Now the main differences between this build and the general build is that this build has less than half the efficiency of the general build, as well as more power strength and a little bit less range. The reason why I have less range is because this time I'm going with a max Neramond and I have more power strength due to my intensify. Now the reason why I have less efficiency, now I do this on purpose, is because less efficiency means a faster thurible. So the less efficiency you have, the faster you can build up the amount of energy you can channel. So with this build, you can see that I'm going to go ahead and get some energy there. I'm going to use it. You can see how fast it builds up there. Get the 22 like that speed. And now if I were to go over to my general build, yes, it does have less power strength, which means it's going to be slower, but you can see how slow the numbers crawl and compare. Slightly noticeable difference, but I like this a lot more because, well, you have more power strength, meaning that you can build more shields with your one ability. You can get even greater fire rate from your second ability. With your third ability, you build up your throwable even faster, and with your fourth ability, you build up your critical chance even faster. But if you truly just do not care about your throwable being much faster than it already is, you can replace your natural talent with a streamline mod, and you'll end up with about 75% efficiency. It's closer to 100. It might be better for you on your other skills, but that's completely up to you. Now, one thing I heard from a lot of people is, again, that the fire rate on the second ability is not that important at all. It's not very good at all. You don't want to use it. Well, let me beg to differ real quick. So right now I have in my hand what I believe to be the slowest melee weapon in the game. And on top of that, I put on negative speed multipliers on it. So I have negative 20% speed there. And let me just make sure if there's any other negative speed mod in here. Nope, I don't see any other negative speed. Yeah, this is as slow as you can get this weapon. So let me show you how slow the weapon is without the buff. So this is its normal /SCAM combo here. And then let me do the right click one. That is really slow, like really slow. Okay, now watch this. Watch how fast it gets. Now I'm going to do the right click combo here. Look at that difference. Now put that in perspective of, let's say, a really fast melee weapon. Let's see here, what's really fast? I think the Prisma Obex was pretty fast, right? Yeah, the Prisma Obex is stupid fast. We have, what do we have on here? We have speed mod there. I think there's another speed mod, brutality, but I'm not really going to get into that. But let me show you how fast this thing is without the buff. That's without the buff. Now let's actually put on the buff. That is ridiculous. You can barely even see Harrow. He just looks like a ball. Like a spinning ball of death. Looks like Sonic. Now, how would you actually go about using Harrow? Well, that part isn't very simple. Harrow requires a lot of judgment. You have to think of, is now a good time to use my penance and lose all of my shields, or is now a good time to use my covenant so that I can lose a certain portion of my energy so that I can be invincible as well as my teammates invincible and then cast penance, or should I throw throwable and use all my energy to be energy over time so I can gain more energy from my other abilities? You just really have to think it out. So it's like, let's say you're in a situation where you've got, like, hold on, let me spawn some bad guys here for you. Go spawn like a bunch of these dudes. I know those guys are gonna kill me probably. So like, you're going in, you have full energy. Now you want to cast that ability. I'm gonna spend some energy to do this. Alright, now I'm not doing enough damage to really get in kills until now. There we go. Now we're getting enough damage to get kills there. Okay, that didn't work out as I wanted it to. But you pretty much get the point, and as you can see, I should have cast my one a bit more so I can trap more enemies in their chains before I went on a rampage, because if you make one wrong choice, you can die pretty easy. But to combat that, you probably want to run Narman. People don't like it when I recommend Narman or Zenoric or any Tenno school, but by the time you have Harrow, you'll have a Tenno school to use. But with Harrow, using Narman isn't a bad idea for invisibility, because you can still use your one to trap enemies and to build your shield so that you can make more duration for your second ability. And your second ability is still useful because you'll have more attack speed, and your third ability is very much still useful because you'll be giving yourself more energy to use your other abilities, and you'll be giving energy to your teammates. But in your fourth ability, not that useful because you'll be invisible and nothing's really going to shoot at you, but you can make your teammates invincible as well as still gain a critical boost to all of your weapons. But in conclusion, I really like Harrow. I like him a lot more than I did before. he still has survivability issues there, but it's a lot better than before. And Harrow is really a team play frame, so if you have a team, you'll probably have a better chance of surviving, because most likely other Warframes will have some kind of synergy to help you survive a little bit more. But that's all I really have to say for today's video. And yeah, if you guys have any other comments or anything on anything that I showed in this video, let me know in the comment section below. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you want to become a part of the Dank family, then go ahead and do so. And I will see you guys later. Peace.
Don't change, don't change, don't change. Even though life ain't the same. Say, don't change, don't change, don't change. Life gon' make it happen anyway. And I say, don't change, don't change, don't change. Even though life ain't the same. Say, don't change, don't change, don't change.